Hey guys, in today's video we'll be looking at how we can install Fedora 39 on VirtualBox. I have Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager open, and as you can see here on this list of virtual machines, I don't have Fedora. I will begin by going to Fedora's website to get the ISO image. I have Google Chrome open. We'll search for Fedora download. Now the site we want to go to is the fedoraproject.org. So click on this link. And on this page, if you scroll down, you'll see that you have a bunch of ISO images or ISO files you can download. So you'll need to download one for your system. I have a 64-bit machine, the host machine, and so I'll go with this one. Click on this to download it. And this is, I believe it's about 2 GBs, and depending on your internet speed, it might take a while to download. Now, I already downloaded this image. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this download. And I'll open back VirtualBox. And to begin the process, we just click on New right here. We'll give the virtual machine a name. I'll call it Fedora 39. And you need to select a folder where you want that VM to be installed. I'm going to leave mine at the default here. I'm not going to select the ISO image. I'll select that later. The type is Linux, and it's showing as Fedora 64-bit, so I'll go with those defaults. I'll click on Next. Here you can increase your memory if you want to, if you have enough that you can increase. So that's optional, and you can also increase the CPU. So we increase this to 2 and also increase the memory right there. If you want it, you can enable EFI. I'm just going to leave the default and go to next. You can also increase your disk size, hard disk size. The default is 15. I'm going to go with 25. So I'm going to increase that size. And that's it for this section. I'm going to go to next. And then I'm going to click on finish. This is the virtual machine. I'm going to go to its settings again. Under general, we'll go to advanced, and I want to enable this shared clipboard. So I want to do bidirectional, and for drag and drop, same thing, bidirectional. System boot order, I have floppy here, which I'm not using, so I'm going to bring this down, and then I'm going to uncheck that. Processor, we already made the changes on that, and acceleration, we're not making changes, we'll leave the defaults. Display, you can increase your video memory here. Then next thing is storage. It's empty right now. This is where we need to attach that ISO image. So I'll select this disk, and then here I'll click to choose the disk file. So navigate to where you have your download, the ISO image. So I have mine here, Linux, Fedora, and this is it right here. So I'll double click it, and now it's attached. Next thing I like to change is the network. By default, it's using NAT. That means you're sharing the IP address of the host machine. I like to change this to bridge. That way, the virtual machine can get its own IP address via DHCP. So I'll use bridge adapter. And that's pretty much it as far as the settings. I'll click OK. And now I can start this machine. Click on Start to begin the installation. This is the window we got. It's saying to test this media. I'm not going to test, I want to start it. So let's select the first option and press enter. So it's running in the background here. As you can see, it's spinning. So let's wait for it. Okay, let me pause this here. I don't know how long it's going to take. So this is what we are seeing. So we have an option here to install Fedora, and that's what we're going to go with. So click on this. Again, it's doing something in the background. Okay, On this page, what we are seeing is the option to select a language. Now I'll go with the English right here. It looks like it's the default. Click on continue. Next thing we need to do is select the keyboard. It's saying English, so I'm not going to change that. The time zone, it looks like it's correct for me. You have to select the installation destination, so click on that. So we've selected that disk. There's a check mark on it. You can click done, and now we don't get any alert on this, meaning it's saying automatic partitioning selected. We're good with that. We will begin installation. So it's gonna take a while here. It's installing, creating the partitions and installing the software. So I'm gonna pause this video again. I'll come back once this part is done. So right now we are at 93% of installing software. Hopefully this is going to be done soon. It's been several minutes already. So we are at 100% of the installing software. Let's see what's next. So it looks like it's installing the bootloader. So there's still more to go here. All right, I'll pause the video again. Okay, at this point, it looks like we are halfway there. This much to go. So at this point, it's saying that it's complete. Fedora now successfully installed and ready for you to use. We just need to reboot your system to start using it. So we'll finish the installation and then we'll reboot. Say restart, and we'll come back once it's rebooted. So actually, I had to power off the machine again because there's one thing I wanted to show. We actually need to go to the settings here before we reboot it, and then under storage, we want to remove attachment. We want to remove it so we don't have to go through the process of installation again. Click OK, and now I can start the machine. Okay, and it's looking like it's gonna need for us to do a setup. So click on Start Setup. Okay, we can go with the default, or you can, if you don't want to show your location, you can disable those and click on Next. So here you can enable third-party repositories if you want. So I'm clicking on it. I'm going to Next. It's saying you can connect to your account, Google, Microsoft. I'm just going to skip that. Here you have to put in your full name. I'll just go with Eno, username Eno. You have enterprise login option here. I'm just going to go with this right here and click Next. Here we need to set up our password for the username we just created. So go ahead and put in a password, confirm the password. Click on Next. And now it's saying we are all done. Start using Fedora. That should be pretty much it. One thing I normally like to check once we install a new virtual machine is to make sure I have internet connectivities. Let's go and search for the terminal. We can use the terminal to check the IP address. So I have an IP address. That means I pulled an IP via DHCP. You can also use this icon up here and go to wired settings. And then in here, it shows that it's wired is enabled. You can click on this icon to see your IP address. You can also change it here. So the IP address is 172.16.1.100. So I now have an IP address. So I can just cancel this. Let me go ahead and open a browser. So I'm gonna open Firefox here, and then actually let me go to google.com. I can say Google, and that's it. So I do have internet connectivity, and that's pretty much it. That's the process for installing Fedora 39 on our VirtualBox. I hope this has been helpful. I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.